Hello there everyone, Shippy here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and stay back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game Pocket ranked matches. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out a deck that I've been wanting to build for a little while here, but I finally have gotten the cards to actually do it, and that is a Rayquaza and Ho-Oh deck. Now, this is built and constructed just like a Ho-Oh Lugia deck. We're just taking Lugia out and putting Rayquaza in and just seeing how it performs. If I'm being completely honest, this deck is probably significantly worse than Ho-Oh Lugia. But considering with the way Rayquaza works and attacks at random, but the benefit is we don't lose energy when we attack with the Rayquaza like we do with Lugia, but I digress. But I just think Rayquaza is cool, and I just wanted to see if I could build a relatively functioning deck around it, but we'll see how we actually do in ranked matches here. But in case you're curious, I'll have the entire deck list in the description of the video below, so you want to try this deck out for yourself or simply improve upon it. But let's see if this weird Rayquaza deck that I've put together can actually win a game or two online. I'll be back when I find my first match. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and we do get the good fortune of going second here. Now, hopefully we start with Pichu, and we do. Alright, we get Pichu and Ho-Oh, which is the wombo combo and the ultimate combination that we need here. Now, hopefully we can draw into Rayquaza sooner rather than later, and I'm seeing another Pichu here, so they could very well be doing the same exact thing that we are. But let's see here. What are we going up against? Are you also running a Ho-Oh Lugia? Or you could be running Lantern. There could be a lot of different combinations here. Alright, we get Professor Oak. Let's go put an energy into our Ho-Oh we got on the bench, and let's Oak it up. And hopefully we see Rayquaza. We get Iono and a Poison Barb. Okay, let's put a Poison Barb into Pichu just to make it a little bit more annoying to attack into. And we'll go ahead and use Crackly Toss. So Ho-Oh is ready to go next turn. Now, hopefully they bricked, and we can just win off this, but we'll see what happens here. All right, so this is like the Pichu type null. Interesting, okay. Interesting. Now, type null can be very annoying. I wouldn't mind to see a Sabrina here, actually, just to get rid of... Hey, we got what we asked for. Well, say goodbye to that type null, so it won't be a pain in my ass anymore. Alright, let's get our Pichu out. Bring Ho-Oh in. Now, I could use Professor Oak or Iono to try to get a Rayquaza in here, but let's just deal with the immediate threat. And make it a little bit harder to get a Silvally going, if I'm even saying that right. I mispronounce most things because I'm a dumb person and can't read. But alright, they get their Pichu back in. And they get another type null out. But we do have them on the back foot here, just a smidge. Now, I wouldn't mind to see yet another Sabrina if we can. Alright, the silver. They make me get rid of a card. I wonder why they would make me get rid of that over Oak. Alright. Well, you get a Pokeball here. Now, I could draw another Ho-Oh. That is a possibility, which that's not terrible. And there it is. I spoke it into existence. How about that? Alright, well, let's get this other Ho-Oh out here, I guess. And we'll Oak it up. Maybe this will get me a Rayquaza, and it does. So, let's get Rayquaza here. We'll go ahead and put an energy into it so it's ready to go next turn. And we'll get Pichu out of here. And let's go ahead and boost up our Rayquaza. Now, thankfully, where they don't have anything else on their bench just yet, Rayquaza, all Rayquaza's hits will hit Type Null or Silvally. And they can't one-shot Ho-Oh either. So that is also nice. Alright, we didn't lose anything terrible. No, it does suck not having a Leaf, but we got another one, so it's fine. But I'm not going to spend it just yet. We'll save that for Rayquaza. Might as well play Pokeball and get our other one. Why not at this point? And we'll retreat Ho-Oh. Get rid of one fire. one lightning. Why not? And we're going to bring in Rayquaza. And we'll just go ahead and put... And they conceded. All right. Well, we actually got off to a halfway decent start with starting out with Pichu and Ho-Oh, which is optimally the way you want this deck to work. We got to Rayquaza a little bit late, so we didn't actually get to use him, but the threat was there, so that's something, I guess. We got to see Rayquaza at, at the very least. But yeah, good game to that opponent, and will be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we're unfortunately going to have to go first. Unless we draw Pichu, then it's okay. It is okay. Alright, we got everything that we needed. This is actually a pretty good start. Okay, now we could use Pichu for Ho-Oh, or we could use Pichu for Rayquaza, but I'm going to opt to energy acceleration. We're going to opt to build up Ho-Oh first, since they can attack faster. And then in turn, we can build up Rayquaza through Ho-Oh, so it's all fine. All right, so we're going to be against Gardevoir, presumably. Yeah, there's Psychic Energy, not Fighting Energy back there. So, could this be possibly a Mewtwo deck, which I've not actually seen in a very long time? We're going to find out very quickly. And there it is. It actually is Mewtwo. I have not seen this deck for... I don't know how long, actually. Now, I presume that is still okay, I'd imagine. But I don't know a whole lot about the meta of this game, if I'm being completely honest, other than Darkrai and Giratina pretty much rule everything. All right. Let's go ahead and get our energy thrown into Ho-Oh here. And now we are ready. Now, unless they have a leaf, we won't lose Pichu here. So there is that. Now, I wonder if I want to get rid of the threat of Gardevoir or get rid of the threat of Mewtwo. As in, I don't know if it'd be smarter to just KO Ralts. All right, we're gonna, since Gardevoir is coming, we're gonna KO the Krilla. That is what I have made the executive decision on. All right, we'll retreat. Bring in our Ho-Oh. Go ahead and get rid of Kirlia or Krilla. I say names 100 different ways because I'm unsure of their pronunciation. Because I can't say words. Alright, now Mewtwo can't do its big boy attack just yet. And we do have 2 Sabrinas, which is also nice. Alright, take another Ralts on deck. And another Mewtwo. And they're going to throw energy into this one. But we are going to get Ho-Oh out of here. And I'll put an energy into this Ho-Oh. Now Rayquaza is going to get 1 shot next turn, so there is that as well. So I'm kind of put in position. Do I want to take the guaranteed damage with Ho-Oh? That'd be smarter. Or would it be better to attack with Rayquaza? How many times does Rayquaza attack? So it's 4 times of 40 damage. If I attack with Ho-Oh, I can for sure KO something, but the problem... You know what, I'm going to probably make the terrible decision here. We're going to attack with Ho-Oh. I'm going to stock up this Ho-Oh because we get a guaranteed KO with the backup Ho-Oh. And while I haven't drawn into Cyrus yet, and at the very least, they could not attack at all. A potion does complicate things here a little bit. Alright, they are going to opt to swing. And they're going to put a giant cave on this bad boy. Alright. So let's see what they choose to do here. Now, unfortunately, they one-shot anything that I have. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in Rayquaza. And we'll play Pokeball just to get our other one out here. Now, I do have a Nurse Joy in my hand, which I did have before, but we would have got KO'd by Mewtwo anyway, so it really wouldn't have mattered. And we'll use Draco Meteor. I didn't attach an energy to anything because I'm a big dum-dum. What the hell am I thinking? Alright, we killed Ralts, so Gardevoir is not something that can happen. What the hell? I just forgot to play an energy because I'm a moron. Alright, throw starting Tapu Lele. Does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to that Pokemon. So it's a random? And it was Rayquaza. Okay. Alright, so we are in a little bit of a situation here. So I was at 140. How much did that actually do? I'm not good at math. So 20, 40, 60. So that's at 80. So if I heal up to 90 with Joy, Tapu Lele can't actually kill me for attacking with Rayquaza again. This time I will remember that I have energy. But we actually KO'd Mewtwo in the back. So it did not matter. So hopefully my math was right, but I guess maybe in that moment it didn't really matter too much because we got lucky and killed Mewtwo anyway. But alright, well we managed to go 2-0 so far with Rayquaza and Ho-Oh. But let's see if our good fortune continues in the next match. But good game to that opponent. Know back when I find my next game. Alright, looks like I potentially found my final opponent here, depending on how long this duel lasts. But we're going first again, so hopefully we get the start that we had before. Alright, no, there's my taskbar. No Ho-Oh, but we do get Pichu and Rayquaza. At least we have something to build with Pichu. So we're not completely left out to dry. And they got Magby, so they're kind of doing the same thing. Well, not kind of, they are doing the same thing here. Alright, so no Ho-Oh to speak of. So I'm going to play Iono against my better judgment to see if we can get a Ho-Oh in here. Alright, another Joy, another Leaf. Was that basically the same hand I had 2 seconds ago? Alright, well, we traded our hand to get pretty much our exact same hand. So let's go ahead and build up Rayquaza, I guess. Well, alrighty then. Alright, he's going to choose to get a card. Make me get rid of a card. Probably Oak. Yep. That one would hurt the most. Alright, so what are they running? I mean, Magby does the same exact thing as Pichu, so, I mean, you could... Cargo. Interesting. Alright. We're kind of at a race against time now, but Rayquaza is not ready, so we're going to have to concede Pichu if it gets to that. So, alright, Rayquaza is going to be built up next turn. Hopefully they don't KO Pichu, but I don't see a reason for them not to since Magby can get out for free. So they're going to get the point here, and we're going to have to just hope Rayquaza, we get good RNG with the attack. Is all I can say. Alright. I don't know how tanky Macargo is. Alright, 120, not terrible. Does it do no damage? Is it just completely reliant on the burn effect? I'm actually not sure how this card works. One of the Pokemon... Oh, it could be anybody's Pokemon chosen at random. So it could hit me or hit him. Alright, well both the baby Pokemon are gone, which is actually very bad for him because Rayquaza, all of his hits are going to target that Macargo, so it is gone. Okay, well, not terrible. Get Ho out here because we drew it and I like the artwork. Let's heal and feel our Rayquaza. And they conceded. All right. Well, I didn't get to attack, but we would have won. Which is like, I got Macargo is just a time bomb, though. Like, it can either bite you in the ass or bite your opponent in the ass, and it kind of screwed both of us over there, but him more than me because we had Rayquaza to fall back upon, and it was just our turn next. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but either way, good games that opponent. Since that was so short, I will actually go find one more match. I'll be back when I find my next opponent. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here, and we're going first one more time. So let's see if we get Pichu. Oh, we did not. Okay. So this is probably the worst hand that I've had. Well, not even probably. This is the worst hand that I've had. But thankfully they're running Manaphy, so they can't actually do any damage. The only problem is we can't do anything turn start unless I get a Pichu here. But I can't play Leaf anyway. Alright, we got all the card so that we needed, with the exception of Pichu. We'll go ahead and throw a Poison Barb into Ho-Oh, since we're going to be building Ho-Oh up first. So we need him around a little bit longer. Alright, now what are you running alongside Manaphy? Articuno Manaphy, okay. So our Ho-Oh is at a tight disadvantage. No, actually, no. Lightning is what we need because it's a bird. Alright, Articuno Palkia. Now, thankfully, since Manaphy's not a baby Pokemon, it actually needs an energy to do what it needs to do. Alright, there's our Pichu. Now, I'm actually going to leave Ho-Oh out. This may not be smart, but I don't make smart decisions. Because I'd be willing to concede Pichu and take any damage onto Ho-Oh, since we need Ho-Oh more than we do Pichu. Even though we need Pichu in this instance. Now, they're going to opt to build, or just get rid of this Pichu. I think we do have the Lyra in hand as well, so we can tag Ho-Oh out when we need to. Alright, they're actually just going to opt to build here, which is totally fine. The longer they take is actually good for me. Let's get our Pichu out. Bring our Ho-Oh in. We will... Well, actually, well, no, if I Sabrina, they're just going to bring in the other Manaphy, so there's no point. We'll just play Oak. Alright, this is going to be another Ho-Oh or another Rayquaza. It is another Ho-Oh. That's totally fine. We'll put the lad on the bench. And we'll swing on this Manaphy. And we will opt to build our Rayquaza. Okay. Now I would presume that they're going to bring an Articuno, which would make the most sense here. Since Palkia is going to need one more turn to get ready. Alright, there goes our healing and our Lyra. Now we can get a Pokeball and our other Rayquaza. Okay, we do poison the Articuno here. We do draw an Iono. But we'll just play Pokeball to shuffle our deck because I got nothing left. Then energy into Rayquaza. Okay, does Palkia hurt the bench? I can't actually remember. 20 damage to each Pokemon on your opponent's bench. Okay, so that is actually a problem. Because he will kill Ho-Oh and Pichu. So we're going to have to bring Ho-Oh out. And hope we are blessed with RNG from Rayquaza. On good RNG, I should say. Okay, so we pop Palkia for a decent amount of damage, actually. Now, if he has Cyrus, this is a moot point at this juncture, because he's going to swap in Articuno. Well, we'd lose anyway. I forgot. I tagged in Rayquaza because I thought it had more than 140 health. So yeah, we were going to lose regardless because we're going to lose Pichu. They're running Gyarados as well. Yeah, there was no hope on that one. I'm completely spaced on how much health Rayquaza has. So it really didn't matter what I played in that instance. We were just going to lose. I still had Nurse Joy. I could have healed Pichu to survive that hit, but unfortunately I lost it because of Mars. But that's okay. 3-1 is not bad for Rayquaza Ho-Oh for a deck that I didn't think was going to work at all, especially at Ultra Ball. But you know what? I'll take the good fortune that I got. I'm sure there's a better way to run Rayquaza in general, or just this deck that I've tried. I may mess with it some more, but I think I do want to tinker with Ho-Oh a little bit more. There are a couple other cards that are high energy that aren't Lugia that I think would be cool to try. I think I might do kind of torn between trying out like Blissey EX and Ho-Oh, just because I have the cards, and maybe trying Snorlax EX as well, just to see what we can get done with those kind of decks and see if we have the same sort of luck, but who knows. But yeah, good game to the opponent if I didn't say it already. If you made it this far, do thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.